Not only is the universe stranger than we think, it is stranger than we can think. I remember discussions with Bohr which went through many hours till very late at night, and ended almost in despair. And when at the end of the discussion I went alone for a walk in the neighboring park, I repeated to myself again and again the question, can nature possibly be so absurd as it seemed to us in these atomic experiments? What we observe is not nature itself, but nature exposed to our method of questioning. The reality we can put into words is never reality itself. An expert is someone who knows some of the worst mistakes that can be made in his subject and how to avoid them. I had imagined doing nuclear physics and cosmic ray work in greater style in peacetime. To do modern physics in a small way is of no use at all. There are things that are so serious that you can only joke about them. Quantum theory provides us with a striking illustration of the fact that we can fully understand a connection, though we can only speak of it in images and parables. I think that modern physics has definitely decided in favor of Plato. In fact, the smallest units of matter are not physical objects in the ordinary sense. They are forms, ideas which can be expressed unambiguously, only in mathematical language. The atoms or elementary particles themselves are not real. They form a world of potentialities or possibilities rather than one of things or facts. If nature leads us to mathematical forms of great simplicity and beauty by forms, I am referring to coherent systems of hypotheses, axioms, etc., to forms that no one has previously encountered. We cannot help thinking that they are true, that they reveal a genuine feature of nature. You must have felt this too, the almost frightening simplicity and wholeness of the relationships which nature suddenly spreads out before us, and for which none of us was in the least prepared. Revere those things beyond science which really matter, and about which it is so difficult to speak. Whether we like it or not, modern ways are going to alter and in part destroy traditional customs and values. The existing scientific concepts cover always only a very limited part of reality, and the other part, that has not yet been understood, is infinite. Whenever we proceed from the known into the unknown, we may hope to understand, but we may have to learn, at the same time, a new meaning of the word understanding. I am firmly convinced that we must never judge political movements by their aims, no matter how loudly proclaimed or how sincerely upheld, but only by the means they use to realize these aims. In classical physics, science started from the belief, or should one say from the illusion, that we could describe the world, or at least parts of the world, without any reference to ourselves. Natural science does not simply describe and explain nature. It is part of the interplay between nature and ourselves. Only a few know how much one must know to know how little one knows. In a darkened world no longer illuminated by the light of this center, technical advances are scarcely more than despairing attempts to make hell a more agreeable place to live in. This must be particularly emphasized against those who think that by spreading the civilization of science and technology, even to the uttermost ends of the earth, they can furnish all the essential preconditions for a golden age. One cannot escape the devil so easily as that. Every word or concept, clear as it may seem to be, has only a limited range of applicability. Certainly, in the course of time, the splendid things will separate from the hateful. I would say that I was absolutely convinced of the possibility of our making an uranium engine, but I never thought that we would make a bomb. And at the bottom of my heart, I was really glad that it was to be an engine and not a bomb. This proving of such and such I found to be almost like cheating. You start somewhere, and then you go into a dark tunnel, and then you come out at another place. You find that you have proved what you wanted to prove, but in the tunnel, you don't see anything. There is a great difference between discoveries and inventions. With discoveries, one can always be skeptical, and many surprises can take place. In the case of inventions, surprises can really only occur for people who have not had anything to do with it. Whoever dedicates his life to searching out particular connections of nature will spontaneously be confronted with the question of how they harmoniously fit into the whole. The first gulp from the glass of natural sciences will turn you into an atheist, but at the bottom of the glass, God is waiting for you.